Hello, I am the Watch Golem, and I'm here talking again about all things watches and horology. So, customary wristwatch check. Today, I'm still wearing my SKX 007 on my right wrist, and on my left wrist, I'm still wearing my Seiko 2000 automatic. So, I've been talking about a few Seiko divers of late. So today I'm going to look at one that I'm not going to have on the time grapher for obvious reasons. And here it is. Now, this is a Seiko SKJ diver. Now, this is the Pepsi bezeled one with the very nice blue dial, dark blue dial. And these are exceptional watches. Now, these came out around about the mid-90s. Originally, they were called SHFs. The SHF was a 150-meter water sports diver. It had a hardlex crystal only, and it did not have the luminous pip at the top, and also the movement inside it, which, if I remember, was the 5M40, I think, or 41. I can't remember. Had the capacitor and would only run for a couple of weeks when fully charged. The later ones had the 5M43, which is what this is. This has the day date as well. They have a titanium lithium-ion rechargeable battery and run supposedly for up to 6 months when fully charged. I've never ever known one, even with a brand new battery in it and fully charged, last that long. The old SHFs could be upgraded to the lithium-ion battery, and that gave them a lifespan of about 4 months when fully charged. But again, I never found that. The watch is actually very, very well built. They are, I think, a very underrated watch. And I'm a bit of a fan, if you haven't noticed, about underrated watches. It has the little button at the top, which when you press, spins the second hand round. I mean, you can do it any time, but they always recommend you do it when it reaches the 60-second mark, such as now. I'll press it again. It didn't decide to work. There you go. It spins around 30 seconds. Now, people think that's fully charged, but if you read the instructions, I think it's between 3 to 6 months fully charged, depending upon whether. I think the 10 seconds is like literally a week's left of charge, 20 seconds is a month, and 30 seconds is 3 to 6 months. But they do last ages. Time keeping on them actually varies depending on how good the charge is on the battery. So, oops. Focus, there we go. So you can get variations on it, and unfortunately you do have to wear them. They do not like the batteries to go flat, and a few years back I used to have a little sideline and buying these up off eBay, all different types, taking them apart, upgrading them to the lithium-ion batteries, and selling them back out. But then the supply of them just literally dried up. This one I got broken, as most of my watches I buy are. Actually bought it off a guy who was a diver, and he used to take this diving very regularly, down to 60 meters, and it had a big knock one day and stopped working after a few months. When I got it, the magnetic generator, the staffs on them had snapped, so I got a new one. It was about £14 at the time. Put it in and relubed everything, etc., and it ran like a good one. I don't know what those generators are made of, but they are very, very magnetic, so be careful with it if you do take them apart. 120 click bezel, unidirectional, and these watches originally came out just before the ISO 64225, I can remember its number, had come out, but they pretty much hit all the marks. The difference is, and I think I might have discussed this with the SKX, is the SKX has a printed dial, whereas this one has applied items on it. So there's a nice little, the markers have little chrome rims around them. The date window has a chrome around it. I suppose the idea is that could fall off. But say this guy took it diving with him. He had no issues, apart from obviously when it got the big knock, it broke the kinetic charger. Very luminous. And this watch must be at least 20 odd years old. I think it's from 2005, I think. May even be earlier than that. The SHF was the one that came before it, and from what I remember, the SBCZ came after it. The difference between the SHF, I was talking about, also the SHF had a hardlex crystal only, whereas this one has what's Seiko called Saflex, and that is a sandwich of hardlex with sapphire on top. And the idea is it gives best of both worlds. You get the scratch resistance of sapphire, but if it gets broken, the hardlex just cracks. It doesn't shatter like sapphire. If you've ever experienced a shattered sapphire crystal, you'll know what I mean. The bits are annoying. The whole watch has to be stripped down, cleaned, and all the shards removed. With hardlex, they just crack. Basically, if you want to know what hardlex is, it's what your Pyrex jug is made of. Boron. It's glass with boron in it. Very tough. Very heat resistant. Very good. This one, I think I took the battery out of it after 10 years. Because, well, that's how long I'd had it for. So it was the original. It was the original battery that the watch came with, and I upgraded it during COVID. So this one's about 5 years old. Runs like an absolute champ. Now this has the Jubilee bracelet, and I've said before I'm not a massive fan of the Jubilee bracelet. I'm going to tell you why. The outer links are solid. The middle links are solid, but the links in between, I'm just going to show up, are hollow and folded, and what happens is they stretch, and then the watch becomes really floppy. This one's not too bad, but it's got stretch in it, and I've had to get a pair of pliers in there and squeeze these back together. I've had to do it to this watch, but it's one of the reasons it flops about on my wrist, and I don't like it. It's the long and short. I'm waiting for this to come on. There we go. Let's see if it can do it. Come on, that's it. Right, focusing on this. I really must get myself a decent camera. The screw down crown is one of the nicest crowns I've ever come across in my life. It's so positive. You know where you are. That it's super smooth. It always screws back in. I would rate it better than the Rolex crowns I've come across. The movement inside is jeweled, 6 jewels. Most of those jewels are on the charging system. And yeah, it's just really to finish off on the Seiko divers. And to be honest with you, I think Seiko provide such good quality at these price ranges. Even on second hand, SKX, this SKJ, even the Franken Monster, they're just such good value for money watches, and I really can't think of anything else that would be this good in this price range. I mean, really, there's nothing else out there to take on these watches, or is there? Anyway, I'm the Watch Golem. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.